Valorant Mobile has just received another closed beta, and while I don't have access to it, we do have some footage we're going to be reacting to so we can see what has happened with the game, how far it's come along, as well as what I hope to see from the future of the game. If you all are excited for the release of Valorant Mobile, let me know down in the comments below.
And also, if anyone can give me access to the game on iOS, I will literally sell you both of my kidneys. That's not even a joke.
But yeah, let's hop right into this video. Also, I'd like to give a huge shout out to sleepysoul. He's the one who managed to get me this footage that we're going to be reacting to today. I am going to be linking it down in the description. He does have some incredible full ranked gameplay on a clean crisp 120 FPS on iOS on an iPad. It's really good gameplay, and I will be linking the full video because I won't be watching the whole thing, obviously, just looking at little bits and parts of it. So make sure you guys are checking out his full video. It's going to be down in the description below if you do want to see the full gameplay. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm definitely impressed overall with how the game is looking. I've always been impressed with how Valorant Mobile looks overall, just with the quality of the game and stuff. Now, looking at this pistol round, the first thing that does stand out to me is that there's obviously a lot of lag. Like, I'm assuming this is because Valorant Mobile is technically only supposed to be locally tested in China, and so all these people that are playing around the world who manage to get their hands on the game but aren't actually in China are probably just dealing with very high ping. You can kind of notice this like right here when he's literally tapping these heads, which clean kills by the way. It's definitely delayed a bit before getting the kills, but I don't think this is going to be an issue once we get more servers added. As far as the gameplay, I'm really satisfied with how this is all looking so far. There's obviously different elements that are in mobile that aren't in the PC version, but at its core it still feels like a direct rip from Valorant and not a lower quality remake kind of like COD or PUBG. And it actually feels like I'm playing the same exact game almost whenever I'm watching this gameplay. Now, I'm also going to go ahead and play a clip real quick from the Valorant Champions Tour in Seoul that just happened because there was an interview between the community and members of the RIOT Games development team, and someone actually asked a very important question about Valorant Mobile, so I'm going to play that so you guys can hear it.
We have not really talked about mobile very much, and every time I get asked a question about mobile, I say, yeah, we're thinking about it or we're working on it, but then we got the license, and so I think it's pretty safe to confirm that we're working on Valorant Mobile and it's in development right now. What I can say is that we did a play test a few weeks ago, and I think it's actually coming out pretty incredible. It is not ready to launch. We don't have a launch date yet. We're going to make sure that when we launch it, it's the best version of the game we can launch, and we're not there yet. So as soon as we get a little more confident in when we could launch it, we will start to share more information. But what I will say is that for us, it's really, really important that the true experience of Valorant is offered to mobile players, and that we're going to do everything we can to make sure that everything you love about Valorant is true on the mobile version of the game.
So, as you can see, she heavily emphasized that she really wants Valorant Mobile to be developed at basically its absolute peak quality so that it can be a real mobile competitive shooter experience. They want to basically provide the best experience possible for mobile. They don't want it to feel like a lower quality rip, and that automatically throws Valorant Mobile as a contender for probably what's going to be one of the top mobile FPS games of all time. Like, again, a lot of other great games that come out, PUBG Mobile, COD Mobile, stuff like that, that have been, you know, mobile versions of PC games, but I don't think any of them are going to compare to Valorant as far as how similar in quality it is, and also like the quality of life, how competitive the game can feel. I think it's going to be really incredible when this game actually does drop as an actual esports title. Alright, now back to this gameplay. One thing that I did notice is that most aspects of the game do seem to actually be updated currently based on recent patches. And then they've also given Jet only one updraft instead of multiple charges, and she only has 2 smokes that seem to be on the nerf timing of 2.5 seconds instead of the original 4 seconds. Now, while a lot of the agent mechanics are updated, I actually noticed that the buy menus do seem to be unchanged. That's like the one thing that doesn't feel like it's been updated to the newest patch is the prices on some of these guns. We also don't have the new outlaw snipers, you can see, because in regular Valorant we do actually have the outlaw, and that is missing right now. The gun prices have also not been updated. You guys can see the shorty still costs 150 credits instead of 300, and the stinger is 950 instead of 1100. Now, while these things haven't been updated yet, they're very easy fixes, and the fact that the agents have already gotten these nerfs and buffs to mirror Valorant on PC shows that it'll actually be very easy for the mobile team to keep up with the current meta whenever they're dropping patches. Like, for example, literally today I saw that they're giving Astra 5 stars back, which, by the way, I'd like to say real quick, thank you Jesus for answering my prayers. The Astra mains are back. But like, it comes to show that like whenever they drop these patches in the PC version, it'll probably be really easy to mirror that in the mobile version. Like, hey, we're gonna go ahead and apply the same exact nerf or buff to an agent so that it still feels like it's the same game, same, you know, core gameplay that's happening on mobile. Now, while we're on that topic, I'm curious if you guys do think that every aspect of Valorant Mobile will be updated all the time, just like real game. Like, do you think we're going to get all the same content, like new maps, new agents, everything at the same time? Or do you think that they're slowly going to be releasing more agents and more maps as the game goes on to maybe keep players hooked and keep them initiated? Because I do think that it could be an interesting strategy to release stuff kind of little by little, kind of like how maybe Rainbow Six Mobile was doing it, how, you know, they would only release certain operators and slowly add more in it that were already in the base game. Same with the maps, they'd slowly but surely added more maps to the game. But if Valorant Mobile does something like that, it'll be interesting. But with that being said, I do definitely think we need to see more maps, because right now I've only seen Ascent and Bind, and I do kind of want to see a lot more of the amazing maps that Valorant has to offer. Please bring Fracture in the game. That map got taken out of the map pool so long ago, and it has been gone forever, so please bring it back, Riot Games. But yeah, honestly, besides more maps and more agents, I think that the game is basically ready to launch as soon as they add more servers. That might be a bit of a crazy statement, but, you know, I haven't actually played the game, but I feel like the game looks good. I don't really know what all they want to be tackling. I don't know how well the optimization is. Like, I can make my own opinions, but I haven't actually played the game myself, so I can't really actually talk on the quality of the game. But like, so far from the footage I'm seeing, it looks really good, so I'm hoping we're going to get more updates in the near future. Now, I want to talk about a mobile only feature that I actually saw in this gameplay. You might notice that if you look over on the A side of Ascent, there's actually a ramp here that leads up into heaven, and this normally doesn't exist on the map in Valorant. And I think they added this to try and maybe reduce the need to do parkour just to rotate through heaven. And, you know, this might be a bit controversial for me personally, because I used to play Critical Ops a lot, and if there's one thing I really disliked, it was because they used to have insane tough parkour spots where you could skill jump to get there, and then eventually they nerfed almost all of them so that you can't use them anymore. And it was really unfortunate, because I liked actually using these crazy parkour spots. It was just like, it was a skill jump, but you were also rewarded for hitting it. And so nerfing stuff like that doesn't really make me, you know, that happy. But I can also understand that for this jump specifically on Valorant Mobile, it's not really super difficult, but I can understand that it just makes the quality of life a little bit better for a mobile player, especially an inexperienced mobile player. Because you have to understand that while there will be a lot of people who are experienced with mobile games trying this out, there will also be a large part of the fan base coming to this game who just play Valorant on PC and want to try it on mobile. And if they're not used to playing on a phone or on an iPad, you know, a lot of these simple movements like jumping and stuff like that might be very difficult, which that also makes me curious as to how the movement and strafing is going to work in this game, because you're actually going to be moving with a joystick instead of with WASD, so I have no idea how difficult it's going to be. I imagine there's some kind of nerf to it. I'm curious how that actually works, but again, can't really tell until I've actually tested the game myself. Now, I also noticed that he's playing a ranked game here, and it actually only goes to 8 rounds instead of the full 13 that is on PC. While people might want that full experience, I also understand wanting to reduce the time for a ranked match because mobile devices can suffer from overheating after playing for too long. While people might want that full experience, I also understand wanting to reduce the time for a ranked match because mobile devices can suffer from overheating after playing for too long. Keeping the matches at a good length without making them too short is a good move. I personally think 9 or 10 rounds would have been a good sweet spot, but 8 rounds should also work. Alright, now as far as the gameplay, that's going to be it for now. I want to actually take a look over to Twitter because there's a couple of things that I saw from Valorant Mobile Leaks and News. Their handle is Valorant Mobile X, but there's a couple interesting things that I saw here. The first one is this Valorant Mobile Advanced Training Mode. Like, it looks like there's actually a training course just to help you with the movement and peeking and stuff like that, and I think that's cool just for players who are probably new to Valorant trying it for the first time. It's definitely cool that we're getting these mobile exclusive features. And speaking of which, it looks like we also have our own TDM maps. So this is another thing I saw. It looks like, again, this does actually look similar to some of the TDM maps, like maybe the art style. This does remind me of some of the newer ones that came out, but also just looking at like this screenshot here of like these two maps here, these definitely are different in the layout overall. And so it's cool that we're getting unique TDM maps. I think the ones we have now are good and they could include those, but also I'm perfectly fine with them just having their own maps. It's still cool that we're getting something different and unique and mobile. It definitely is gonna make players, you know, want to come to the game. If we can get like a mobile exclusive agent as well at some point, that would be cool. I don't think it'll happen, but that would be super hype. And the last big thing I want to talk about that I saw on this Twitter page is actually the Valorant mobile replay system. So you guys can see here from this clip, we're watching a Reyna playing, and it's actually crazy. Like, we have a working replay system. I know they're working on this in the normal version of Valorant, and they talked about it a lot, but the fact that it's already functional in mobile is insane. I mean, not even just like this is arguably better than custom games in my opinion. Like, being able to go back and see replays, like just for content and stuff, that'll make it so great. Like, I don't know what to say. It's amazing. Like, it blows my mind that they actually have a fully fledged replay system on mobile, and this is like the one thing that they actually don't have on PC yet because they're stuck working on it, and they have it on mobile. So it's crazy to me that this is out already. But yeah, that's all I've got for this video. Let me know down in the comments if y'all are as hyped for Valorant Mobile as I am. And of course, a huge thank you to Sleepy Soul. Make sure you guys are checking him out. He did allow me to use his footage. Every Valorant Mobile clip that you guys saw in this video, except for that stuff from Twitter at the end, did come directly from his channel. I'll be linking his original videos in the description if you want to see a full ranked game on 120 FPS, or if you want to see a bunch of the cool new menu features that are exclusive to mobile. Make sure you're checking out those videos. They're in the description. Please show him some love. But anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.